Beacons, we oftentimes seen in our society amongst us parents, adults, teenagers, children in general, that some people do not question authority. They cannot ask questions such as, why do you want me to do this thing? Or how did we come about this response? Or why should we do this or run this program the way we're running it? Why do I have to resume work at a certain time? They cannot ask these questions because they were not taught how to, because because of the silent or very strong need for compliance and obedience. A lot of children were not taught to be authentic, to be honest and thoughtful. They were not allowed to independently think for themselves, and that is affecting how they relate with other people. When they are children, when they grow up, when they become parents themselves, this problem situates with them, is in their midst, and it affects us all, not just as parents who are raising children, but us as parents as well. In this episode today, we'll be talking about the curse of good kids. Yeah, you heard me right. The curse of good kids when obedience replaces honor and independent thinking. Who is a good child? A good child is one that is defined by compliance, silence, politeness, and obedience. You want them to do everything you have asked them to do because you said so. You want them to be at your whims and caprices because you are older. I'm your father, I'm your mother, you should obey me. You see, not because what you are asking them to do has any sound judgment or reasoning behind it, but because you are older, but because you are their father, their aunt, or their uncle. A good child is one who is valued for doing more than being. Well done, good job, because they have done something. You only cheer them on, you only commend them for doing something. It feels like your love for them is based on what they do, the actions they put in. When they do not perform well, guess what? You shame them, you scold them, you make them feel like trash. Most of the time it's not necessarily by the words, it's more about your actions, right? You just shove them aside, you give them a silent treatment, or you sometimes outrightly even use the words, are you not ashamed of yourself? Is it not your mates that are doing A, B, C, and D? The child is now forced to keep performing, performing, performing. Come, act, perform, and please, just so that they will keep getting the applause, just so that they will keep getting your attention, the ovation. Good child continues to be good, and that good child grows up to be a good staff, to be a good employee, to be a good friend, to be a good wife, a good husband, a good father, a good mother. What continues to happen is that the cycle perpetuates. That good parent raises another set of good children, and we have it on and on and on. That's why you can see very educated, very knowledgeable people in a church, and somebody's coming to tell you that they are selling the stone that David used to kill Goliath, and you open your account and make a transfer, or you pull out your app rather and make a transfer, or you would actually sit and listen. That's why you hear preachers from the pulpit telling you things that are absolute crap, and you know deep down you that they do not make sense, but you sit there and continue to shut up and take it because, of course, you were not taught to question authority. You were not taught to ask why. You were not taught to challenge people in leadership. So when these things come up, we have to go back to where it all first started, the drawing board, the home. It starts with us parents, because we want our children to obey us, because we have this sense of control, right? When our children do us, we say we feel in charge, we feel in control. It's such a part of us that is still very, very much unhealed from trauma. It's such a part of us that is struggling, to let go, struggling with control, the need to be in charge. And so we feel like it's the right thing, it's the proper thing. You even do that to your colleagues at work or to members of staff in your home just because it makes you feel a certain way. What makes a child good? The first one is external validation from adults. They just want to hear you say that you love them, that they are good enough, that you care about them. So they are coming to perform, act, and please. Whether they go out of their way to do it does not even bother them. Whether they have to give their souls to the devil to get it done does not bother them. They just want that validation, because the only time you ever get to tell them, I am proud of you, I love you, you mean a lot, or you mean the world to me, is when they do something. So they have tied their self-worth or their perceived worth from you to the actions that they do, so they keep at it. They want to avoid conflict. So they would they would obey you, because once they say no, oh mommy, daddy, why did you say I should not do this? Oh my god, the lion in you will roar and the earth will begin to tremble. Are you okay? Are you talking back at me? Don't you know I'm your father? You should obey me. Gone are the days when children would just swallow that, because of course, yes, in our generation, we are shut up or you collect heavy knock. These days, children, of course, the law is very, very in support of a lot of things. So the children know enough. The internet is their best friend. They are raising very knowledgeable kids as ignorant parents, and you'll not be surprised that your children will call the cops on you just because of the way you speak to them. So that you are their parent is no longer just enough to get them to comply, to get them to obey, to get them to do what you have said. It must make sense to them. So when next you want to give an instruction, ask yourself, why am I asking this child to do this thing? Does it make sense? You see, here in Africa, we may see it as, so we're giving the child so much power. We're asking them to question us. We're asking them to challenge us. We dare not be disrespectful. Telling them how we help them understand fundamentally why this thing is important, why it's imperative to get it done, why they should be committing the energy and time and resources it takes to do it. So by extension, when they grow up and they're asked to do something, if it doesn't align, if it doesn't tick a lot of boxes with them or for them, guess what? They're able to figure it out immediately, because the reason behind it does not make sense. Come, let's go and steal this thing. The question is why? And even if the reason makes sense, the mere fact that it doesn't align with the value that they uphold would make them not do it. Now, how do you groom your children to be good in quotes? So when they say, you're a good girl, most of the times it's not a compliment. It means that you're nice and that everything goes. You're a good boss. Most of the time it's not a compliment. It means that your staff, they're able to get away with everything. So sometimes when people call you wicked, it is because your boundaries are clearly defined, that you do not take crap, you do not accept certain behaviors from them or actions. They'll tag you as wicked around here. But when everything goes like there are no boundaries and no consequences for actions, guess what? You're a very nice boss. Oopsie, I just bust the bubble for someone. But it's okay now. So when next somebody say you are a very nice person, it may not actually be because of the reason you are thinking. When you are an authoritarian parent, permissive parent, guess what? You are grooming your children to be good. Everything goes. Should I do this thing? Okay, they run and go and get it done. My mom is just such a good mom. My dad is such a good dad. At the end of the day, you are being permissive because you do not also have a sense of boundary. You do not have also. You don't want them to turn on you. You don't want them to feel bad. So you feel like when you do everything they say, when and how they say it or ask it, they will think of you as a good person. As an authoritarian parent, you want to be obeyed. You demand it. You crave it. You live on it. You thrive on it. So when you ask them to do something, this is not. When you tell them to run, they ask you how fast. It's not like, why should I be running when I can walk? Why should I be doing? You don't want them to think about it. I have said it, so it must be. And when there's shame-based discipline, your children are being groomed to be good. Because I said so, that's enough. Why are you asking me question? Who do you think you are? Am I your mate? We know these things. Big we know every. And like we know every. And I feel like some of you are covering your faces right now, just hearing all of this, because you are very familiar with them. You have thrown them around before. When I did not know any better, I was that parent too who would say, because I said so. This is my daughter. Oh my god, the middle one. She would ask you why. Say, go and sleep. Mommy, why? I'm like, I don't understand. So I should still be explaining why you should sleep. Go and drink water. Why? Have you eaten? No. Go and eat. Why? Okay, hunger never beat you. When the hunger don't beat you, you no go ask me why. You go and eat, right? So we have said this several times. I'd always say, just to make you feel comfortable interacting with our episodes. We're not here to judge you. We're neither here to shame you. We're saying these things so that if you are perchance doing these things out of ignorance, unconsciously, and very much indeliberately, guess what? Welcome here, because we were there to thank God for knowledge. The knowledge we are now providing for you, you can do better. If you are doing good, better is better. If you are not doing well, you can still do better. Religious or cultural pressure to submit rather than understand. From the pulpit, this table I'm about to shake, a lot of pastors feel like they are the only custodian of spiritual knowledge. So they come at you from the place of, I am ordained, I am graced, I am anointed. God said to me, the Holy Spirit told me, and guess what? I can prophesy. I have a prophetic unction. So you are going to give birth to a lizard tomorrow if you do not eat this or that or that. As intelligent as you are, as very knowledgeable as you are, you go and eat the frog so that you not give birth to a lizard. Don't mind me. I've never had such experience. You know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to connote some kind of bizarre things that you hear. So because you want to obey, instead of thinking for yourself, instead of asking why or challenging authority to understand, you go and do it. You go and do it because somebody has said so, because he's standing on a pulpit and bearing the reverend or doctor or apostle, whatever. They hide under the anointing and say that if you speak against the man of God, you will be cursed and all. A spiritual leader should be able to feed you on multiple levels, spiritually, mentally, psychologically, sometimes emotionally too, because the knowledge that they are giving you should be able to equip you to manage your emotions well. I was discussing with someone the other day, and the issue of ministers or pastors saying your debt, you'll be debt free tomorrow, and then you stand and say amen. You don't have a job, you're not going to take a loan. It's not like somebody is going to dash you money. You did not even sow, you want to reap. Then you are saying amen. Then they tell you to come and drop seed of faith. You'll be running there. See, I'm not saying there's no room for the miraculous. Neither am I saying that the Holy Spirit does not work wonders or God does not work wonders. But there are certain principles. God is very, very principled. He has principles and promises and precepts that you must adhere to. If you do this, I am going to do that. If you do this, I'm going to do that. There's never a time an action, a reaction or a result came up without an action first taking place. For Jesus to have launched his earthly ministry, he had to go 40 days and nights without food and without water. That alone released a lot. For him to come and die, he had to first be born. Right? For us to be free, he had to first die. For him to turn water to wine, there had to be empty jars that were filled with water that were now converted. For the prophet to have, in the story of the widow of Zarephath, is it Zarephath or Zarephath? I always mix that up, I'm sorry. For her to have had oil, she had to bring out containers. And the Bible says that the oil stopped running when she ran out of containers to bring for the oil to be held in. What have you done to precede the miracle that they are telling you will happen? So instead of asking questions so you would understand, you are obeying, you are doing the most mind-blowing, outrageously, pardon my French, stupid things, just because you want to be, just because the person is saying it under anointing, under anointing. Who bewitched us, really? Who did this to us? Now that you were raised a certain way is okay, but I are continuing to be that way at this age. We can do better. We can do better. I like the energy the Gen Zers and the Alpha generation are bringing in right now. As I'm saying something, they are fact checking you. I was teaching my daughters one time about chess, and I'm saying I'm going the most powerful player on the chessboard. This is my daughter says, "Excuse me, ma'am, no, that's not the most powerful. This, that." I'm like, okay, hold that thought. I bring up my phone, I Google it, and she was right. I had to swallow my pride and apologize to her and say, okay, thank you so much for teaching me that I did not know that previously. Shut up. Who are you to teach me? Is it not you? Is it not me that is paying your school fees? How dare you? It's a lie. Hey, you carry that arrogance. Sometimes you make the mistake because you feel with so much pride and pomposity. They'll keep quiet, and then when you go outside, you go and disgrace yourself. Because you will not humble yourself and take correction because they are just children, in quotes. It's not just the pulpit. Oh, please, let's not leave it only there. Let's even bring it. Let's bring it to the classrooms. Mentors and coaches and teachers. Because you said so, as old as I am, as educated as I am, I should drop all my critical thinking and creative thinking and just do it. Why? You jazz me. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. So because you have said it, I should jump at it and be doing it. We have to do better. We should stop hiding under the authority we have as leaders, as caregivers, as parents, to perpetuate this culture of dominance, of control. We should accept that it's okay for people to demand or ask to know why. I'm paying for a program. I should know what I've been studying in there. I should know what time I need to commit to doing what you are asking me to commit to. I'm going into a relationship. Where are we headed? What's the direction of this relationship? We're getting married, beautiful. What are our plans together? See the plans I have for my life. Where are the ones you have for your life? Let me know what I'm hitching my tent to. We're going to have children. How many? What's going to be the age difference? So that I would know if I can still study for my diploma, for my master's degree, for my PhD or doctorate, whether I can still advance in my career as I continue to raise children. We should learn to accept it from our children so that by so doing, we're teaching them that it is okay to ask why. So instead of just taking it because you don't want to you don't want to talk back, you don't want to be seen as not good or not nice, ask questions. Now, the lack of emotional safety to ask questions like, I feel like I'm not safe enough. You're going to treat me a certain way. You're going to X me. Will make me not ask why. Will make me not challenge authority. Or it's not just from down up, it's also from up down. Because when I call you to order, you are going to feel a certain way. So I'll be taking the crap from you and be on the losing end because I'm afraid of making you feel uncomfortable. I feel like it's a no-brainer. We should know what is right. We should know what is proper and not allow sentiments get in the way of beautiful things just because we put people in the uncomfortable position of, if I talk now, this person will feel this way. I don't need to have to talk. What's proper is proper. Now, because we are friends, in quote, you're coming to meet me and you are late. Because we're friends, there's no respect for my time. Because we're friends, and I told you and I had an appointment right after our meeting because you're friends, I should shut up and take it. Because we're friends, you can treat my stuff anyhow. And I don't mind. Is it not Laurie? She will understand that. She be we're friends. I'm sorry, we're not. I'm sorry, we're not. The moment you cannot honor what I do, the moment you cannot treat my work with respect, we're not friends. I'm using myself as the scapegoat here, and I'm using to refer to everyone who has been treated that way, or not the scapegoat really, as an example, yeah. Pardon me, please. As an example here. So if you know you've been doing it and maybe the people around you have been shutting up and taking it just because they don't want you to feel a certain way, or maybe for fear of losing someone, like in this in the domestic environment, you have a staff that is of course a good person. No, that is very good at their job, not a good person, because we're already debunking the myth around good and nice. This person is good at their job, and because they are arrogant, they don't behave well, they're always misbehaving. You're afraid of calling them out on their idiosyncrasies because you don't want to lose them. If they go, another staff will come. How did this person come in the first place? Your organization is struggling, is suffering because you don't want. When if I say anything and the person gets angry and leaves, how will I find that kind of person? That's how you go to a relationship and be taking trash because in your mind, if I leave this guy now, how will I find another person? It extends to the marriage. See, I'm very pro marriage. Like I'll do anything to make your marriage work. And by anything, I mean, if you want to learn, you want to put in the work and all. But there's some marriages, I'm sorry, it didn't date from the get go. They were married for the wrongest reasons. They had no business being married at all. If I leave him now, will I find another person this good? Will my life still be okay? Might this be that? I'd not say leave him. Neither did I say I should stay with him. I'm just saying wisdom is profitable to direct. Let's go on, please. The effects of or the consequences of being good. Number one, inability to set boundaries or question authority. So when you're around me and I say that I do not want to take calls at a certain time, you have a problem with it because you were not taught to respect boundaries, because you also do not have boundaries. When I say I do not like it when you call me a certain name or address me in a certain manner, you see it as arrogant or rude. Laurie is a very proud person. Why? Because I am defining and protecting my boundary. When you disrespect me and I can no longer take it and I stay away from you, you see it as, because Laurie is now so and so, a celebrity, a this or that. It has nothing to do with position. Neither does it have anything to do with career or anything. It has a lot to do on my values, my persona, my personality. It has a lot to do about how I want to be treated. Because if I do not set the standards, if I do not draw the lines, trust me. My mom used to say, if you are not careful, if you give people your head, they'll put palm kernel on it and break it. It simply means if you do not define your boundaries, if you do not protect your boundaries, guess what? People would misbehave. But of course, we have the same in our local parlance say that if they ask for 1 mile, if you give them 1 mile, they will ask for a yard, or if you give them a yard, they will ask for a mile or so. If you give them they will ask for allowance. So the things you continue to permit will be, in fact, they'll go past that line. If your boundaries, if you are if you are a good person, you are unable to set boundaries. So if you are interacting, if you're watching this podcast right now, pause it and ask yourself, in what aspects of my life are my boundaries not defined? Are they not clear? Sometimes to be able to keep your peace, you must be ready to fight. Counterintuitive, right? To be able to keep your peace, you must have the ability to, must be ready to fight if that's what it's going to take. People will hate you, people will call you names, people will label you. But at the end of the day, it's your life, right? It's you who's going to stand before the King of Kings and give account of it tomorrow. Another consequence of being good is suppression of identity, emotions, and voice. Who am I? We get to a certain age. Okay, a fool at 40 is a fool forever, right? You get to age 40 and you still have identity crisis. You do not know who you are. You do not know why you are here. You do not have a voice. Everything goes for you. Sometimes you see something on Instagram that resonates with you, like your authentic self, but you're afraid to post it because it's not in congruence with the identity you have put out there. You're 40. Ain't it? Or is it in it? But then because you've been taught all your life to be good, you have suppressed your identity. So they'll ask you, do you like to go to parties? Of course you do. You find joy in it. Makes you very happy. But because you have positioned yourself as a good boy, you say, no, I don't like parties. I don't even like to drink, Seth. Meanwhile, you like a healthy dose of alcohol every once in a while. But you are a good boy, aren't you? You are a good father, aren't you? Because you are a good father, you have gone above and beyond, put your children in schools you cannot actually afford. You are taking loans to make sure that your wife looks a certain way because you are a good man. I'm not saying that you should not take care of your family, but do not go out of your means to do so to the point where you are now indebted just to keep up the appearance of being good. I don't think so. People can come to your home morning, night, every time without any notice, pack their things and come and stay with you without prior knowledge or prior notice rather, because they'll get away with it. Yeah, a toothless bulldog, anything can go now. What will you do about it? Shut up and take it. If you continue to permit it, guess what? It will continue to happen. It's not just going to happen. More of it will happen. You cannot express your emotions because if you say you're angry, they will not talk to you anymore. Oshe, Holy Spirit, if you don't talk to me, I'll not be okay. Don't talk to me now. You get where it touch me. You suppress your voice, you cannot express how you are truly feeling because you are afraid. Yeah, there used to be a time I was this, see, trust me, this was born from where I'm coming from. There used to be a time I was that way. You do something to me, I'll keep quiet because I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to lose you. I don't want anything to happen to us. Until reinvention took place. And I understood that I was sold out on who I truly was. I understood that I was playing by a script that was passed on to me about me. Certain people, God bless their hearts, out of ignorance, wrote a script and handed it to me, taught it to me. They were very good at the teaching. They wrote the script so copiously. It was succinct, it was detailed, and they taught it to me. Oh my God, very, very excellently. And I took it and I obeyed every word on that script until the time came that there was something in me that was rebelling against this script. For each time I stood by and played out that script, something in me fought and said, no, that's not who you are. I remember clearly, I think it was in 2009 when a roommate of mine said, if you knew who you were, you would not be following certain people. You will not be found in the midst of them. That, it pained me. Like, who am I? What's this person saying in me that I did not see in myself? You see, there's a part of scripture that says, a man in honor that knoweth not is like a beast that perisheth. I was that man in honor. I did not know. And of course, I was like a beast and I was perishing. That statement got me into a process, a long one. I keep saying soon the story will be worth telling and the lessons worth learning. For now, we're still building. Took me on a very long journey, and here we are today. I will tell you how I feel. If you love me, if you respect me, you will take you for grace. It's not like I'm being. I always believe in the philosophy of being firm but fair. I'll not come and start shouting at you or getting arrogant and then we'll talk about it peaceably. I'll tell you. And if after telling you a couple of times I'm telling you I'd rather be treated this way, you still keep up with that energy, I'm sorry. I'm going to, for the sake of my sanity, for the sake of my integrity, I'm going to withdraw from you. Because I was there before. I was in that place where I could take crap, shut up and take it. Because I didn't know I was in honor. I was perishing. So the children you are raising right now, are you raising them in honor? Are you raising them in the consciousness of who they truly are? Or are they going to be like beasts that are perishing? Are you also a beast that is perishing now? I don't mean to insult you. Like I said, I was here too. Good girl, nice Lori. I was there too. I was there too. In fact, right now, I'll tell you with all, oh my God, my name is Loria. I'm learning to be vulnerable. Somebody had done something to me not once, not once, not twice, not thrice. I forgave. The person recently reached out and pulled a cord that struck a nerve. use something that, okay, I'm sympathetic towards. And I'm like, what would Jesus do? Oh my gosh. Reminds me of somebody called me when it comes to offense and people doing something. I'm like a basket. Like when they offend me, just runs through. I do not take account of it. I do not act on it. But then it is because of the kind of person I am. If I want to act, I act after having thought of the consequences, after having taken it, after once I lock the basket, it is locked. Now, this person, oh, I'm sorry, it'll never happen again, yada yada yada. Bravo. Till now that I'm telling you, the person has committed the same offense again. He has committed the same offense again. And guess what? If I now take action based on this offense, who will they call a bad person? Moi. Why did I not just stay by my principle? If you fool me once, shame on you. But if you fool me twice, shame on me. I still carry, you see this niceness, I am still healing from it. I still carried my two left legs and still forgive and went back. But as part of our plans to hold each other accountable, it's no more. I'll call up the person and officially end things. If I need to block, if I need to delete, because I've said it here on this episode, I'm going to have to do it. Because you are forgiven several times, they know that when they come back again, it's Lori, she will forgive. Now that's how she is. She has a big heart. That big heart is most of the time it's not to your favor, it's not in your advantage. They are taking advantage of the niceness of something that is supposed to be good. They are now corrupting a part of you that's supposed to be amazing. They are now turning into a weakness. But then we are in this world. I support it very well. Like we are in this world, we're not of it. But sometimes, remember, we've talked about the wisdom of a serpent on this podcast before. Be as wise as a dove, but as cunning as a serpent. So if we must live as sheep in the midst of these wolves, we must be as wise as doves, and as cunning as serpents. The wisdom of a serpent, look for it. It's on our playlist on this podcast. There's something to learn from there that would help you on this one. You have difficulty in adult relationships as a consequence or an effect of being good. Whether it's romantic, whether it's spiritual, whether it's professional, because you are being good. As I'm talking about this right now, I'm running a diagnostic on my own life. I'm looking at areas where I am being good and I'm telling myself I'm going to shut the gates. Not because I'm learning not to be nice, but because most of the times niceness does not cut it. Olakunle Shorin has said it, and I say I take it, I accept it with my full chest. In this country, in this world of ours, if you are nice, guess what will happen? You put your head on a stick and cut it. You carry your head like John the Baptist on a tray. When Nigerians hear this person is nice, what they are hearing is very gullible, is stupid, I can get away with anything. It does not just happen in the church like we've defined. It happens in professional settings. You are a good boss, Shay. You are very nice. Everybody gets away with everything, Shay. I give you 5 years in that business. If you last more than 5 years. Because you are good now. No consequence for action. Everything goes. Like I said, as I'm saying, I'm taking inventory of my inventory of my life too. So that all the niceness, like I said it before, as part of my New Year resolution, I want to go and learn wickedness. Wickedness for me is the wisdom of the serpent, defining my territory and protecting it. This is how I want to be treated. Take it or leave me alone. There are organizations that can take this crap. Find one. I employed someone one time, and one of our deal breakers is you must live peaceably as a team member. And the way she raises her voice to talk even to me, oh my God. I'm like, I'd rather live in a dirty home, like very dark, bad, dirty, like very dirty home, than have this in my house. She did 2 weeks. I paid her for the month, and I called her off. I followed the lay of protocol, and Ma, I'm sorry. I will change. I'll never do like this. I said no. In this relationship, one of us would have to change, and that person cannot be it to be me. I'll have to start nagging, I have to start yelling, I have to start snapping. I may have to arrest you at some point. That's if backhand did not first land on your face, left and right first. In order for me not to become that person, it's better for us to part ways. Believe me, there are many organizations that would accept you with all their hearts because they like Agbero behavior. It's part of what they are looking for in their members of staff. That organization is not this one. So while it is a beautiful thing to be to condone a lot, to bear a lot, you must define boundaries in your place of work. Romantically to relationships. Because I love you. And I, oh my gosh. Because I love you. And I'll be taking certain things. So then you slap me. And I say, I was joking now. Stop it. Stop. Tomorrow, the dirty slap. See that it will cause bear to ring your ear, to blind your eye. Oh, God. And you're shouting and you're taking it, she. This, yeah, go join this stupid person. Stop it. They will not only call you stupid, they'll say it outside. And then they'll say that my stupid husband. My stupid, look at that, my stupid wife. Boundaries everywhere, boundaries. I love you a lot, but these are my times. I love you a lot, but I want to be honored. I want to be treated as special. I love you a lot, but don't step out of this marriage. I would forgive you if it's by a mistake, but if it's habitual, I cannot reduce myself to taking. That's disrespect. That's dishonor from you. We should model these things to our children. That's the legacy consciousness we teach. That's the legacy consciousness we advocate for. Because when you are taking it, they are observing you. They are learning that it's okay to take it too. You are passing a baton over to them, whether you want to or not, whether it's intentional or not. Don't be surprised tomorrow if that's the standard they are now measuring everything with. Shebi, he used to come home to me now. Whatever he does outside, it's not my problem. Provided na me, they come house, come meet. That's the least you can take. I know. I understand. It was modeled to you too. But for how long can we continue to live in the land of the past when deliverance is here? Hold my hand. The glory brand is here. Take our hands and let's walk you out of this so that together we can start to build a present that would serve as an anchor for the future you want for your children. So giving your life to children you did not have is no longer financial. What are you taking? What do you want them to take? What networks are you building that you want to pass? It's not necessarily that you would give them that network. The idea of it. You are showing them that friends honor themselves, they don't honor each other. Friends are loyal. They are there for each other. They are learning to. So when they are picking friends, they're asking, is this friend, is this friend like my daddy's friend? My daddy's friend is always this ABC and D. I want a friend like that. What are you modeling? What are you modeling? Another effect is another effect is fragile sense of self-worth tied to external approval. The day they do not tell you well done, you feel that you are not good enough, that you are useless. So if somebody does not tell you, that thing you did was amazing. Yes, I know that words of affirmation may be your love language. I understand that it's okay to commend, to applaud people, to give them their flowers, but don't tie yourself up to it. See, sometimes when I see comments or Lori, this, that, and that, while it feels good, I don't want to get high on it. Because the same people that said Hosanna were the ones that shouted crucify him. Do you understand? So if I get hooked on your praise, oh, this video was amazing. Oh, this class was fantastic. The session was, the day you will now come and say, see this stupid person to pay me too. So if your praise no get where it touch me, your condemnations too no go affect me. to be able to build up on that muscle, I have learned the courage to be disliked. I am not jollof rice. Even jollof rice, not be everybody like am. Even ice cream too sweet for some people. Some people rather eat agbalumo that I saw or strawberry that can slap them than for them to eat ice cream. So if ice cream as sweet as it is, some people do not like. Who am I? Who am I? It's not like I do not know how to accept praise. That's not it. I'm learning not to allow my self worth, right? My sense of self be tied to your praise, be tied to your criticism. So whatever you are interacting with, this podcast is not Loretta Itama. My Instagram expression, the TikTok version of or expression of this vision is not me. This vision is not me. I am who I am, the image, born in the image and likeness of Christ. My work is not me. I'm not my children. So if they are making mistakes, it's because they are their own person. I have done my best. I am doing my best. I'll keep doing my best. But they are who they are. But born with their own unique DNA, born with their own unique everything. I can only do the best that I can at every point in time. So some women say, what if some wives say, what if I've done everything and he still cheats, but he not be in vain? You're not doing it for him, sweetheart. You're doing it because you love yourself and you want to pour into that cup. You're not dressing well because of him. You're not making money for him. You're not being a baby girl to please a man. You're doing it for you because you deserve to be treated like the feminine wonder that you are. So should he now choose to be who he is, it's on him, not you. You only did your part. Because the Bible says that it is only when you are fully in obedience that all disobedience will be treated. So before you now come and say, God, treat this person, mess up, are you sure you are in order? You are prone to people pleasing, burnout, or rebellion. That's an effect of or consequence of being good. They are dragging you left, right, and center. You're accepting the barest minimum. See, I employed you to come and remove burden from me. I'm ending up doing the thing that I paid you to do. And you are in my employ. Because I don't want you to feel bad, I'll shut up and take it. You still collect your salary and keep. Of course. They won't do anything. Not everyone is self-disciplined enough to say, see, I am here to give my best. It's not the money that I came to do. I'm here to leave my mark in this world. And doing this work is part of how I do that. Some people will shut up. See, there will be like 100 people in your establishment and there's only 30 that are doing the work. The other 70 are collecting your money every month and keeping. Collecting your money and keeping. Because you cannot challenge them and say, why you, in fact, you are even the one in authority here, but because you were taught to be good now, you just shut up and look, the other one be collecting it. So you have people around you, but you're still burning out. The people who are supposed to do this task, but when they ask you, like, guy, you have 100 workers, why are you still lifting this? Hey, if I not do it, I'll go do it. You will die there. Benga, you will die there. Hold people accountable. Hold people accountable. It's okay to let them go. It's okay. You hire slowly but fire quickly. Because last, it's between you and your God. You will give accounts, you give inventory. You cannot say, like Adam is the wife you gave me. Oh, like, is that staff you gave me? The staff self will give account of you. Right? How do you raise kids who honor authority and think independently? We'll talk about honor. We'll look at honor from a point of view of treating people generally as special and as important. When I ask you why, it is not because I do not honor you. It's because I'm honoring myself and I genuinely, sincerely want to know. You see, they say broken people, unhealed people do not listen with their ears, they listen with their trauma. So because you feel like this person wants to challenge you, wants to you follow me whole ground. Why you ask me why I be your mates? You start, you don't tear shirts. No. Honor is about respect, not fear. If they fear you, they do not honor you. The fear they should have for you should be reverential. I honor you. It's because I genuinely want to know. Ah, that food, don't eat it. The child asks you why. Oh, because it's been in the fridge for a while. I doubt that it's still in the best condition. If you eat it, you may have a tummy ache. How about you go take something else? Oh, I understand now. The reason sometimes why you even do not answer is because you don't also know. Mm. You did not ask your mother or your father why. You just collected and was doing it. Now that they're asking you why, you don't know why you are doing it. So you continue and then you pass it on. Teach them why, not just what. What do you want me to do? Go and wash plates. Why do you want me to wash plates? One day my daughter said, Mommy, I helped you to do the dishes. Are you proud of me? Huh? You helped me to me. You helped me to wash plates. Sure, I'll carry it to work. I'll wear it. I used to style my dress. I used to shoot podcasting. Come, you did not help me. Oh. You should be the one thanking me for giving you the opportunity, the privilege, the platform, resources to learn. Because from where I'm sitting right now, I can either do the dishes myself, it won't take me 10 minutes. I'll get someone to do it. I can delegate that out. What that does is it robs you of the privilege, the opportunity, the resources, and the platform to learn. So after doing your dishes, come and say thank you to me. You did not do me a favor. Yeah, you didn't do me a favor. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm actually learning. Thanks, mom. For whatever chore you do, it's a privilege to learn to do it. Because I can say, no, you're not good at it. Don't come and pour water on my floor. I'll get professionals to do it. When you get to your home, learn in your house. Learn in your house. Will you beat me? You will not beat me now. So teach them why, not just what. You go and do your assignment. Why? Because it is important that you do it. It's your responsibility, one of your civic responsibilities as a student. However, it's okay if you do not, because I have a standing agreement with your teacher that anytime you do not do your homework, instead of playing in school, you sit down and get it done. So you can choose. You can either do it now and have your play time tomorrow, or wait, play now and pay later. Choose. Even God self, as almighty as he is, still gives us the opportunity to choose. See why you should serve me, but I gave you these two choices, life and of death. Choose. Choose. Encourage questions, emotional expression, and respectful disagreement. I'm not saying, you see, when you talk about gentle parenting, a lot of people are thinking we're saying, you should raise children that will be giving us knocks on our heads, or be challenging everything we say, and be rude and arrogant and spoiled and pompous. That's not what we're saying. Encourage question asking, so that tomorrow they'll get to class and the teacher is talking. Abeg, like guy, abeg, excuse me, what this way they talk, so why you say my runner like that? And the teacher answers like, oh, okay, but I'm still not clear. It still doesn't make sense to me. Can you throw more light on it? Their friend now comes to them with a bad idea. When the friend explains the reason behind it, I'm sorry, I cannot do it. Then the friend asks them why, because it doesn't align with my values. Because it's not who I am. The man, a guy wants to propose to a girl, and he is asking the girl, what are your visions, or what's your vision for your life, what are your values, where are you headed with your life? And she cannot answer. Why should we get married? Why, babe, why do you want to get married? Think it's just by gathering people on Saturday and saying, yes, God, Emilio is my turn? No, why do you want to get married? The girl cannot answer. Do you think the guy should even continue? Now that we are married, okay, let's say for you Beacons that are just starting up, and it has become imperative that you ask this question: what kind of family are we raising? Are we building? What kind of children do we want to raise? What sacrifices should we make to make sure that they get this good life, or get the life that we want them to have? Questions. Questions. If you encourage it when they are young, when they are old, they will not depart from it. That train up a child, it's like a blueprint on its own. When he's old, train up a child in the way he should go. And when he's old, he will not depart from it. It's a blueprint. Mommy, the way you spoke to me last week made me really sad. It made me feel like I was not good enough, made me question myself. Can you not speak to me like that anymore? Eh? You must be mad. How dare you? Am I your mate? Something must be wrong with your head. Wait, you get her from here. At your age, I could not talk back at my mother like that. You see, the Bible says you honor your father and your mother so that your day will be long. If you like, don't know. Guy, come on. Come on, allow them express how they feel. Take the feedback, learn from it. That you are older, that you are the parent doesn't mean that you know it all. Respectful disagreement. I mean, please, can I not do it now? Can I just rest for a bit? Okay. It's okay to rest for 5 minutes, but after 5 minutes, if you're still not doing it, I'm going to turn the TV off and you're not going to have screen time for the next 2 hours. They should understand that actions have consequences. I'm very okay with giving you the 5 minutes. However, if you do not keep your end of the bargain, this is going to be the consequence. And always make sure that you say what you mean and mean what you say. Carry it through. Follow it through. Carry it out. You're not going to have screen time for the next 2 hours. You're not going to have screen time for the next 2 hours. There was one day, oh my god, I'm feeling embarrassed already saying this. One day, someone was to do something and the person was dragging feet about it. My daughter goes, you don't know my mommy. She's very strict with her rules. You better go and do it. Okay, let me give you the context. When you want to cook, you already know that your pot has a cover. You're going to use a spoon. You're going to hold the hot pot with towels. You're going to have this to set the pot of food on the pot mat. So before you cook, how about you get the towels? They are color coded. Each color is a pair. Get the color, whatever color you want. Get the pot mat where you put the hot pot. Get the spoon you're going to use. Get the spoon mat where you rest the spoon when you are done stirring your food. And this person goes confidently and just brings a pot and puts on fire. And like what my daughter says, please go and get the spoon mat and the pot mat. This is not okay. And you want to go and get something from the fridge, like eggs or tomatoes, you're going with your hands. You will go back and drop them and come back and get a bowl. Initially, they'll think, ah, you're playing. I'll leave you, I won't say anything. I'll allow you go to the fridge. You pick up the tomatoes and come to the kitchen. Tell you, please take them back. Come get a bowl and bring them. So my daughter was just saying, she's very strict with her rules. You better just do it right from the get go now because she'll make you do it again. Even with assignments, I'm okay with you writing paracetamol giant size handwriting. I'll wait for you to finish. I'm not a wicked person, I promise. I'll wait for you to finish. When you are done writing, you will erase the full page. Oh, my daughter will cry. She will cry and wet the paper. I'll glue it from the other side. Yes. Then when you have erased it, you write it afresh. Tomorrow I won't have to say anything. Mommy, look at my handwriting. She'll start showing. Mommy, look at my hand. Beautiful. Continue. If the handwriting is not as pretty as your face, you won't submit it. See, if you will not follow through, because that they don't mean that they are watching, they are testing your boundaries, they are pushing, they want to see, will you actually do that thing you say you will do, will you do it? And when they she means it, oh, she's serious, so next time they'll behave themselves. Fathers, it's the same thing too. If you say, okay, I'm going to do this, if you don't do that, follow through. That's how trust is built. That's how they learn to feel safe around you, the sense of security too. They understand that if you say you are going to show up, you will indeed show up. And if you are not going to do something, you're not going to do it. Respect is built too. Model mutual respect and critical thinking at home. Allow them make decisions, right? You can control the decision depending on their age. What color of dress would you rather have, blue or yellow? I want the yellow one. Okay. What color of shoes do you think will go with them? You are teaching them. Over time, they will now learn to do this, build the mood boards or build upon the colors by themselves. What would you rather have for breakfast? There's pap, there's cereal. Which one would you rather have? Okay, I'd rather have cereal. What kind of cereal? Maybe give three controlled options. Now you're giving them a chance to choose, but they are within the confines of what you can provide or what you have. Do you understand? That way, you're teaching them to think for themselves, make decisions, right? Apply their own, throw themselves and apply themselves into doing stuff. You're teaching them to be self dependent and autonomous. Mutual respect, too. If you respect them, you're setting the pace for how they should treat themselves and others. You see, sometimes you see your children. There was a certain time my daughter was talking in a certain way. I could hear myself in her. So that was feedback for me to adjust. How is this child sounding this way? Oh, that's how I sometimes sound. Okay. Immediately, I put it to check. Immediately. So they are constantly giving you feedback. If your child says, "Oh, sorry, it's." Yesterday, the youngest was asking, "Mommy, is he okay to cry?" And I say, "Yes, it's okay to cry." And she tells her brother, "It's okay to cry because mommy said it's okay." Because she's not old enough to understand yet, I did not lay down on her why it's okay to cry. But for the older ones, crying can soothe you. Crying can cleanse your emotions. Crying can release, cause the emotional tension to release, and then you can think more clearly. It's okay to cry. No, shut up. Why are you crying? Big girls don't cry. Please cry. Please cry because when you suppress it, it's going to burst out sometime in the nearest future, not so distant future. Now we are on a very vital part. Are you already raising good children? Before now, before you came across this episode, sincerely, this one is your come to Jesus moment. You don't have to put it in the comments. You don't have to say it out loud. Just answer these questions very sincerely. Be self-reflective. And if you are, we're not going to leave you hanging. We're going to tell you how to correct them moving forward. Correct that moving forward. Number one, do your children feel safe disagreeing with you? Or do they feel like you're going to chop their heads off? Do you equate respect with silence? Do you equate respect with silence? When they shut up and take it, when they do what you ask them to do, you think they are respecting you? You think they are treating you honorably? Do you praise behavior over values? Do you praise outcomes over efforts? Are you raising children who perform or children who belong? Do they have a sense of belonging or they are just showing up to perform, to act, and to please you? Are you raising children who are actors or are they being authentic? Do they dare to be vulnerable? Are they safe to express their feelings around you? Is your home, your environment safe enough to receive the feelings they're expressing? Think about these questions very critically. Write them down if you must and ask yourself sincerely. If you answered yes to those questions, congratulations. To some of them, yes, congratulations. The question of your children being safe disagreeing with you, well done. Equating respect to silence, of course not. Because that I keep quiet may just mean that I'm avoiding trouble or that I figured you out. This person don't know what they talk. I'm just quiet, may peace reign. Finally, how can you correct this moving forward? How can you begin to raise children who are not just showing not to be obedient, but are independent in thinking, that choose honor over obedience and values over being good? Begin with repair, all right? I used to demand that you obey me. I used to demand that you do everything I say. Now I want us to grow together. I accept responsibility for how I made you feel at those times. I am sorry. I did not know any better. Now I want us to grow together. I want us to learn to do better. Can you forgive me? Give them time. Because trust, once broken, takes time to be built. And when you say you're going to do something, show up and do it. Continue to show up. And someday soon, that wall will be fixed. Shift your language from good to honest, brave, thoughtful, and kind. Stop saying you're a good girl. Mm-mm. You are a good boy. Nah. Ah, you are very nice. Oh. My name is Lori and I am not a nice person. I told my friend one day that's how I'll be introducing myself. And like, okay, oh. I had to explain it. This is why my name is Lori. I'm not a nice person. Because here in Nigeria, once you say you're nice, you'll catch my guy. I'm not a nice person. I have boundaries. I want them respected. I demand that they be respected. All right? Receive feedback with love and with patience and kindness. Understand that you're not infallible. You're not above mistakes. You've never been a parent to a 10, 15, 20 year old, to this particular one. All right. So if you admit that you are learning, you're constantly learning on the job, to make them extend grace to you too. When they correct something, when they see something wrong, accept it with grace. As much as you will also accept their shortcoming with grace too, so that you're modeling it and then they are practicing it. A win-win situation, I must say. Foster safe spaces for conversation, feedback, and individuality. Talk, talk to them as much as possible. What is going on with you? Have I been to you as a parent? What am I doing that you want me to do better at? Give them a questionnaire that come of age so that they'll feel it. Don't take it too personally. Accept the feedback. All right. Allow them safe spaces to be themselves. Do not expect Paul to behave like Peter, Peter to behave like Simon. They are all very distinct and unique characters. They are all very distinct and unique personalities. Allow them be themselves, all right? And finally, parents with curiosity, not just control. Ask questions too. Chinedu, please go and get this thing done. Daddy, please, can I wait for 5 minutes before I do it? Chinedu, why do you want to wait for 5 minutes? Why don't you do it now? Because there's this thing I'm watching. I don't want to miss up on this because they're going to ask me, my friends are going to ask me questions tomorrow. We're having a challenge or whatever reason. Okay, Chinedu, after 5 minutes, go and get it done. Be curious. You self learn to learn to ask why. All right. Because today we've talked about the curse of good kids when obedience replaces honor and independent thinking. We've talked about who a good child is. We talked about what makes children good. We talked about how they are groomed to be good, the effects or consequences of being good, how to raise kids who honor authority and think independently, and how and we ask questions, so that reflective questions, so that you determine whether you're raising a good child or not, and how to correct that moving forward. I hope you learned something from this. Remember, this is not in a bid to shame you. I was a good child once, right? I sometimes still am tempted to be a good boss, a good parent, a good employer of labor, right? Because that part of us, I feel like, well, maybe should I put it as the Christian part of us saying, what would Jesus do? But then we should also remember, I inclusive, that Jesus Christ had boundaries too, and it's okay to be boundaried. And if anybody wants to leave you because you are respecting your boundaries, they want to hate you for it, let them. Like Mel Robbins, we always say, let them. The people who will honor you, who would love you for the boundaries that you have and your ability to uphold them, they will find you, and those people will be your tribe. Thank you so much for always sharing time with us, for always watching our episodes, for referring us to your friends. We appreciate you. We celebrate you. We cannot wait to have you in another very insightful episode of the Laurie Brand Podcast. Until then, keep liking, keep commenting, keep sharing. Till we meet again next time, stay excellent and keep parenting today with the future in mind.